In today's discussion, I'm going to be sharing with you how I trade Bitcoin using the volume profile as part of my technical analysis. Now, just a brief little thing about what we do on this channel, or a brief little statement on what we do on this channel. Basically, I release videos every single day and we talk about different assets every single day. Some you may be trading, some you may be interested in, or some you may not even be looking at. But either way, the whole idea is just to show you how effective some of the strategies I talk about are, and how you can actually incorporate those into your overall trading style. So roughly about 6 days ago, I did an analysis on Bitcoin based on what I thought was going to be happening. Now, in all fairness, not a lot has taken place in Bitcoin. Basically, it's just been moving. It's been moving up, but it's been moving up kind of slow, right? And we're just going to touch base on that and just to see if there's any opportunities we can spot, take advantage of for ourselves. Now, going by what I did last week on the analysis that we did, so one of the key points was we wanted this swing high over here taken out. That hasn't taken place, right? We also wanted this weekly high over here taken out. What seems to have happened is that price has come into that zone. If I can just get rid of this, so price has come into that zone and basically moved away from it. So this is where price is at now, right? Now also as well, we can also see that price is actually in the low value node area. Let me rephrase that. So what we can also see is that price is in the low value area, and it's actually sitting inside of a low value node right now as we speak. So as it stands, there's a couple levels that have now become really important for us, right? Now, because this is obviously a swing trading channel, we need to be looking at the higher time frame to really get a really good sense as to direction of where market is going. So for that, we're just going to jump into the day real quick and then see what we can find on the day. So on a day right now, what we can see over the last couple of days is that we've been given a few positive indicators to say that Bitcoin is actually going to try to go up, right? And why do I say this? Well, first we have an all-encompassing candle pushing to the upside. That's this one right here, okay? And then we have a second all-encompassing candle pushing to the upside again. That's this one right here, okay? Now, price currently right now is sitting on top of this trend line that I've put here, okay? So all we're basically waiting for is to see if what kind of decision price is going to make. Now, in saying that, there is absolutely nothing stopping price from making its way from where it is right here back down into this low value node area, okay? There's nothing stopping it from doing that. But however, this channel that we have in this area right here, okay, has a very high probability of pushing to the upside. So two things that we kind of need to work on to help us make sure that we have our best foot forward should price decide to make a move is, first off, is it going to take out any of these levels on the top side that I highlighted 6 days ago, right? And the second is, if price makes its way down to this level, how deep is it going to make its way into this low value node area? Right now, if say for example we do get price come into this low value node area, but however it doesn't produce a lower than this one, but it does come into this low value node area right here, okay, all we will have to do in all fairness is wait to see if it's going to start to push up, which is the logical conclusion, that it will want to push up, right? So the level that I want to draw to your attention is this one right here, because this one is super relevant right now, and that is 102,624.81. So that level is super important just in case price comes into it. The additional levels that we also want to keep an eye on are these ones up here, okay? And that is starting from the highest one, that would be 111 865.45, and then the lowest one is 110.45587. That's this level right here, okay? And this middle one is the level that we're looking for should we get price break through and possibly come back for a retest. That is where this level is going to make sense, and that level is 112.721.72. so if these conditions are met, then we're going to be looking for moves to ride market to in whatever that direction is moving in. Now Bitcoin is a bit like gold, right? It's pushing up even though it doesn't really have much of intrinsic value other than we say is valuable, but there isn't really anything else to really support it. Okay, so I will say if you are going to jump into Bitcoin to ride it to the upside, okay, there is two locations where you could think about putting in your long trades. So it could either be here if we get a bounce, okay, especially if the bounce is higher than this area right here. That's a really good indication to say that price is going to go a lot higher than this level right here. And the second is to take price at this level, right? Is to take price at this level, which would be this level, this number right here, which is 112.721.72, right? So with all of that said, let's have a look to see exactly what else we can see in this area that could maybe support the move. Because like I say, I mean, based on what it is that we're looking now, if it turns out that we are wrong and that Bitcoin does want to come down, we should expect that it could want to come into this low value node area, okay, off the high value area. So low value node off the high value area, okay, so it will be right here. So if price makes it all the way there, and we're looking at roughly between 50 and 55k, if Bitcoin makes its way down there, okay, then first off, we're getting Bitcoin at a really good price, all right, and we can anticipate it's only going to go up higher. Worst case scenario, we get to make up on the profits in this area should price make its way down here, okay. Now it could go even lower than that. I doubt it, but it could, because one thing that we also got to bear in mind, like I always keep saying, especially in regards to BTC, is that it doesn't really have an intrinsic value, okay. I cannot stress this enough, right? So you think about it, the transaction times takes forever for a Bitcoin transaction to go through, right? There are other cryptos that are a lot faster. XRP is one of them, right? So you need to bear this in mind, that there are certain precautions that you could put in place for certain assets when you're trading them, okay, and it will make sense to do so. And there are certain precautions that you can't put in place just because technically you're trading air. My overall opinion on the whole crypto space, in all fairness, is that yes, we the people have said this is something, okay, but in all fairness, it actually is air, right? It's not scarce at all. Why? Because it's zeros and one. So all it basically takes is for somebody to figure out how to hack into it, and then they're going to mint more Bitcoins. It's simple as, right? But however, you can't fake gold. You can't fake silver. Why can't you fake them? Well, because even if there is an abundant amount of gold and silver, it's extremely difficult to get to. So that's what makes it valuable. The fact that for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we've said that this thing is actually it's valuable. So if you're still going to get involved in the Bitcoin space, and let's face it, there's money in there, right? There's money in there, right? Based on what I've just said not too long ago, those are the moves that I'll be taking in that space to make sure I safeguard myself. And just to add another additional piece of information over to into the Bitcoin space, what the crypto market reminds me of is the tulip market speculation, right? So that was a couple centuries ago. I can't give you the precise date as of now, but Google is your friend, so you can Google it, and it will tell you all about it. Essentially, a bulb of tulip became so valuable that people were doing all kinds of stuff to get it, right? And in the end, it was just a flower. That's all it was. It was just a flower, right? So with that said and done, going on to Bitcoin now, because my rant is out the way, but I think it's absolutely is useful. It's absolutely is useful, because if this Bitcoin situation should ever go down to $1 or lower, okay, people are going to say it's your fault, and they're going to be right. And they're going to be right in telling you that it is your fault, because at some point the music is going to stop playing and someone is going to be left without a chair, and you don't want to be the one left without a chair. So Bitcoin space, I say be extremely careful when you're navigating that space, right? Be extremely careful. If you're good at this stuff, either jump into currencies, jump into indices, jump into commodities, okay, because these are real things. And just be mindful about the air, okay? And this is air that we're looking at right now. Let's actually look at the news, what the news had to say. Small possibility that 8.6 billion Bitcoin transfer was hacked. Okay, these are the issues that we face. Bitcoin near historic weekly close despite drop. Analysts warn of volatile weekend. Well, it's not really looking like that right now, so I don't know what these guys are talking about. So that is news BTC. And then we've got Cointelegraph. Bitcoin Treasury playbook faces fair shorter lifespan. I don't even know what he's talking about, but it is what it is. And that's what we got going on. There ain't really anything happening. There ain't really anything happening. So all I can say to you guys, especially if you're following me, is just be careful in this space. I will continue to analyze it, because bottom line is, if things are going wrong, at least I would have spotted it, and then I'll bring that to your attention. And then whether you like me for it or dislike me for it, that is on you. But bottom line is, if you really think about it logically, you'll understand that this has no value, right? But however, we're going to analyze it anyway. Just because there's money in it, right? It's managed to pump all the way up to 108,000. So people are speculating on it. So I will talk about it, right? So with that said, we're going to look at the weekly lows and weekly highs of last week, right? Week just gone. So this is the week that we're in now. And then at the end of today, we're going to cut that off. And we're just going to focus on weekly lows and weekly highs. So in the last video that I did, I talked about this level right here being the weekly high, and it turns out to be correct. I was right in my assessment. This level right here is in fact the weekly high. So we're just going to lock that in place. I'm just going to assign a label to that, weekly high. And then we're going to look at the weekly low, and I believe the weekly low came in on the Monday. So the Monday was the weekly low. Let me assign a label to that one there also. And as you can see, the only one that has really been taken out is the weekly high. So if you jumped in on that move to take to ride it to the upside of the weekly high, essentially either you're on break even right now, or you're a little bit in drawdown, right? You're a little bit in drawdown. So that's the situation that you will find yourself in right now. Okay, so what we can see here is we have a bit of a channel, and that may be able to help us kind of figure out if Bitcoin is indeed going to break below this low over here. And if it does, then we know what to do. So this is the channel that I can see right now. Okay, in my opinion, I think this has a higher probability of probably breaking downwards than pushing upwards, just based on where it is. I could be wrong, but that's how it's looking to me right now. It has a high probability of breaking down, right? So if it does break down, we're looking to see if there's anything we can do in this area. Let me expand this a little bit, because this low value node area has needs to be expanded a little bit. So we kind of need to cover this area over here. Okay, so another thing that you would notice as well, let me just highlight this stuff right here, and then I'll show you the part that I'm talking about. Another thing that you would have noticed right here is that we had a bit of an okie doke. So this okie doke was in the early hours of the Tuesday and the Wednesday. So late Tuesday, early Wednesday, we had a close below the low value node area. Okay, if you was awake and you was trading and you wanted to jump in, you could have taken that spot, but then you would be sitting in a fat drawdown right now. Okay, so hence why I always say that when price breaks through, you always want to try to aim for a retest and see what happens after. Now in this case right here, the thing that would have kind of helped us to know that we're in a bad spot or not would have been these levels right here. So once price closed above this zone right here, okay, that would have been an indication to say that, okay, you might be facing in the wrong direction. And once price closed above this level right here, okay, there would have been a indication to let you know that you're possibly facing the wrong way. Now if you were selling BTC, in all fairness, I don't knock you for attempting to do that, because like I say, the writing's on the wall with this particular asset right now. It's not obvious now, but I believe at some point it will be, when the world begins to realize that as much as we can create money out of thin air, right? So with the dollars and the pounds that we all have in our wallets right now, technically they're all created out of thin air, but in all fairness, the value assigned to them is relatively logical. So how that basically works is labor, your time, equals whatever money you have in your pocket, right? And then you can find various ways of turbocharging that concept for yourself. So for example, rather than you do the work, you can hire 3 people to do 3 times the amount of work that you do, meaning you get 3 times the amount. That's how billionaires are created, right? So with BTC, it's just zeros and ones. I cannot stress this enough. It's just zeros and ones, and as soon as you open your eyes to this, the more you're going to be cautious in this space. So like I say, I'm here to help. I'm here to obviously analyze, point out opportunities that you could take advantage of. But bottom line is, you need to be careful in this space, because at some point this bubble is going to burst, right? And if it does, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. So with that all said and done, if you stayed with the channel up until now, I definitely appreciate you for doing so. Make sure you do all the cool things that you're supposed to do, and I will see you all on the next one.